as well. But, you know, there was, you know, like having, you know, flirted with that, I realized there was other aspects that I wanted to explore. And so I, you know, the only way to really do that was, you know, was to start a new idea and project. And as well, you know, I wanted to do vocals and stuff, and there really wasn't, you know, I mean, in that situation, there really wasn't any need for me to do them.
I find that one of the identifying marks of industrial music with vocalists, the sort of mutated lyrics and the mutated voice.
That's true.
When you hear that voice, you go, that's industrial music. Does it have to be that way?
Yes and no. You know, I think it just depends what you know. I mean, I think in one sense, it's good because it does give it that identity. You know, like when you hear like hip hop, it has the beat. You know, you can right away sort of like put it, you know, unfortunately put into a bracket, right? But I think, yeah, there's a definite trend for distorted vocals to be linked to this kind of music, and I think at the same time it is good because, you know, the abrasiveness does set it apart from everything else. You know, I think there isn't too many other music, you know, parts where they actually use that kind of like vocal effect and that, even though at times it is overused, you know.
I think the average person nowadays is getting kind of tired of the same old rock and roll bit, and so I think people might be looking for something a little bit different, something that's a little bit more current and full of elements that are happening around you each day.
Videos, I think, are, you know, quite important, even though, like, I think with bands like us, they don't really, you know, we don't get a lot of airplay on the video, so, you know, it's, you know, you might see it once or twice on a certain show and then never again, so. It's gone more harder and more radical. I think it always has to in order to get noticed more, you know, because it always seems to be like, unless you become, you know, and you do something really radical and crazy, nobody seems to notice, you know. You have to scream a lot louder.
Well, best of luck, guys.
Oh, thanks.
Thank you very much. Very much.
Now, when I knew you those years ago, back in Vancouver, and you'd been tinkering around and you got your first keyboard, did you ever think it would go this far?
No, not at all. I mean, back then it was just like, you know, because of a couple of other friends like Kevin and them were involved in bands, it was always like, oh, it'd be great to be involved in a band. And but no, I mean, no, I don't think we ever took it. I never took myself serious enough to be able to think that we could get from that point to this point. And but you know, at the same time, it's kind of great that it happened that way because we didn't expect a lot. So now that things are happening, it just sort of makes the end result, you know, a lot bigger.
Yeah, it's just kind of like something we've been doing for fun, and so, you know, for us it's great. Now we're having more fun, so.
You know, people are actually paying to see us now, which is
strange concept.
Yeah. We still don't take ourselves too serious, you know. We still just like enjoying doing it, and that's sort of like the bottom line.
And you haven't played your hometown of Vancouver.
Where?
Vancouver.
Oh, Vancouver.
Remember Vancouver?
Yeah, that's like this distant place on the West Coast. That's yeah, it's kind of odd. I think we're trying to keep this concept of not playing in our hometown until they break down the doors.